Well, with 6 games left in the regular season, the Lake Forest men's hockey team is solo second place in the NCHA South Division. They'll look to carry their momentum from their past weekend sweep into this upcoming weekend, where they'll face off against 2 NCHA South Division opponents. I'm Cam McGuire, the voice of Lake Forest College hockey, and coming up next, I'll be joined by head coach Pat Kelleher in this week's episode of Inside Forester Hockey. Welcome into this week's episode of Inside Forester Hockey. Coach, a big sweep last weekend. Defeated Marion 1-0 on Friday and defeated Lawrence Saturday 6-1. Talk about that weekend.
Yeah, it was a really good weekend for our guys. I think to go on the road, 2 tough places to play. Friday night you play on an Olympic sheet at Marion, and then Lawrence is always a tough team to play at home. And for us to kind of win 2 different types of games, 1-0 win on Friday, and really play really strong team defense, I thought was great. And some tight moments late in the third, but to come together, get the win, and then another tight game on Saturday, 2-1 going into the third period there. We were able to pot a few in the third, but just 2 really solid road wins and wins that we needed. So it was great to see.
You talk about that tight win on Friday. The shutout, DeCourcy's third of the year. He stopped 66 of 67 shots he faced on the weekend. He's been stellar all year long.
Yeah, I mean, LP's he's been our backbone, and he was on his game this weekend for sure. But like I mentioned, I think we gave up 67 shots, which obviously you'd like to see that number a little bit lower. But I think when we're doing the scoring chances as coaches after the games, it's we didn't give up a lot of high quality scoring chances, which is something that I think certainly requires a good team effort. So LP was great, but I thought for the most part the rest of the team really really did a good job supporting him.
So on Saturday in Appleton, things got a little chippy, especially towards the end of the game. A total of 70 penalty minutes in that contest. You guys were able to capitalize on 2 power plays in the third period and eventually put the Vikings away.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it was a physical game, and they're really hard to play against at home. But, we talked about as a team wanting to, be harder to play against, but whistle to whistle and maintain that discipline. And, we were able to get some power play goals in the third there, which it was good to see, but ultimately I was happy with the guys and the way they handle themselves. I mean, it's easy to kind of get sucked into those things, especially if you have, a lead in the third period, and they stuck with it and did their damage on the scoreboard, which is the most important thing.
So I don't know what's been brewing here in the locker room, but you guys have won the last 4 out of 5 games. Before that, you guys were just 1-5. What's been the biggest reason to the most recent success?
Yeah, I mean, we had talked about the other week, I think, we had hit a tough stretch there, and it allowed us as coaches to kind of go back and see what we really needed to work on. And we felt that was team defense, forwards, defensemen, D-zone coverage, all those sorts of things. And we've really stressed that the last few weeks. And I think, when the guys are able to see it on the video in the locker room, work on it in practice, and then kind of see the results of their efforts in games, it's huge. And obviously momentum's a great thing. And, we got a couple wins here. I think the guys are feeling good. But, this would be a tough stretch coming down, heading into playoffs. And, there's still a lot more work to be done.
So Lake Forest will be at home against MSOE 7:30 on Friday, and then Saturday head up to Mequon to face off against Concordia, Wisconsin. You look at this MSOE team, just 3-7 in their last 10, but they're most certainly a better team than their record shows.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same team that was, ranked in the top 10, top 15 in the country for most of the first half of the year. And, they've hit a bit of a tough stretch just like we had there. And we certainly expect nothing but a really competitive game on Friday. They're a really sound defensive team that doesn't generally give up a lot of scoring chances. And we're going to have to be ready to capitalize on the ones that we do get and on the other end play really well defensively.
And then Concordia on Saturday. You guys played them earlier this year. You fell 3-2. Got yourselves in a little hole, but fell down 2-0. What's it going to take for a big start on Saturday?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the key. We got to get off to a better start. Last time we played them, we had a good win on Friday night and then came out pretty flat on Saturday. So, consistency period to period, the way we start games. They're a really talented team, and for us, it's about playing good team defense. That's where it all starts. I know I keep saying that, but and in this league, you have to be ready each and every game. It doesn't matter what happened the night before, the period before. It's so competitive right now that. We just need to make sure we're ready to come out after Friday night on a Saturday turnaround and play hard right from the opening puck drop.
So it's 2 big games this weekend for the Foresters. Both those games can be seen on GoForesters.com. This has been another edition of Inside Forester Hockey. Thanks for watching.